Thank you for choosing to learn more about Americans serving Americans. My name is David Ashby, and it's truly an honor, joy, and privilege to introduce you to our amazing company and community. So on behalf of our AASA members around the country, we want to begin by saying hello to you. As we move forward in this presentation, we encourage you to begin thinking about your true passions in life. Meaning, what are your skills and talents? What do you love to do? What gifts have God blessed you with? Do you love to cook? Is reading and writing how you prefer to pass time? Do you enjoy playing sports? Are you great at styling hair? Perhaps you are exquisite at sewing and designing clothes. Is dancing what really makes you happy? Maybe you love to paint beautiful images. Or maybe you relish every opportunity to sing like no one's watching. Maybe it's none of those things. Maybe you just love to have a good time and party the night away. Or do you just like to relax, play video games, and watch movies? Regardless of what your talents are, here at Americans Serving Americans, you're able to earn a part-time or full-time income by using your skills and talents to serve others. As we like to say, have fun, serve, and earn. Now, before we continue, it's important to know that we're not seeking to attract people who simply want to earn money. We are looking for people who have a heart to serve and want to use their talents to help start businesses, create jobs, and provide financial relief for millions of Americans. Our company goes by several names, including ASA, the ASA Movement, and the Movement. ASA officially launched on January 20th, 2018, and its headquarters is in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a grassroots fundraising organization that organizes thousands of fun and exciting fundraising events around the country to help American families and businesses. I refer to myself as the Vice President of ASA. And I refer to God as our president because personally, I've discovered that God blesses you more when he gets all the glory. Like most Americans, I come from very humble beginnings, meaning I grew up in a family that lived paycheck to paycheck and sometimes relied on food stamps and government assistance. Later in life, I became a very successful entrepreneur, and now my passion is creating opportunities for ordinary, average people. During this video, we will answer three main questions. Number one, what is the inspiration behind the ASA movement? Number two, how can you use your talents to earn money from serving your fellow Americans? And number three, what are the different ways ASA generates money? Let's begin with what inspired our movement. Our goal is to eliminate poverty. In exploring different ways to do that, our biggest inspiration has been the success of our politicians. No matter what your feelings are towards those in politics, one thing that can't be denied is their ability to raise lots of money within a very short period of time. They do this by successfully forming their own grassroots movements and recruiting tens of thousands of volunteers around the country to help them raise money. Oftentimes, they're able to raise more money in 1 year than businesses that have been operating for decades. It was in 2012 when I first began paying attention to the enormous wealth that our politicians generate each election cycle. Within a 12-month time frame, the Republicans and Democrats collectively raised over $5 billion. Then in the 2016 presidential election, I noticed that within a 12-month time frame, the Republicans and Democrats collectively raised another $5 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if we add up the money raised from both of the past two presidential election cycles, it adds up to over $10 billion. It's very important that you understand the power of $10 billion, because then you'll understand why so many of us are uniting together from across the country. This is a picture of Michigan Stadium. It is the largest stadium in America. It seats over 100,000 people. Now here's a checkbook. Let's call this your checkbook. Assume that this checkbook is connected to a bank account which has $10 billion in it. Using your imagination, I want you to write as many people in this stadium as you can a check for $20,000. Here's my question to you. How many people do you think you can give $20,000 to before the $10 billion runs out? Really take time and think about it. Maybe your answer is just the people on the left side of the stadium. Maybe just half of the people in the stadium. Maybe everyone in the stadium. I'm willing to believe that whatever your answer is, it's wrong. Would you believe me if I told you that the $10 billion is enough money to give everyone in this stadium a check for $20,000? What about if I said, not only can you give everyone in Michigan Stadium a check for $20,000, but you can also take Beaver Stadium, which is the second largest stadium in America, and give everyone a check for $20,000? You can throw in Cal Field Stadium, Ohio Stadium, and Neyland Stadium, and still give everyone a check for $20,000. Ladies and gentlemen, $10 billion is enough money to give 500,000 families $20,000 each. Imagine if you're one of the people to receive this check. Do you think if someone gave you an extra $20,000 this year, it would make your year much better? Here's something I learned. Most people do not wake up every day dreaming about being rich, because most people will be happy if they finally get to a place where they can be comfortable. They just want to have more than enough money to pay their bills, provide for their children, and take a vacation when they need it. See, an extra $20,000 a year for most people is enough to move them comfortably into the middle class. Now let's think about businesses. This $10 billion is also enough to give thousands of entrepreneurs and businesses the money they desperately need. A lot of us know an entrepreneur who needs funding for their idea, or a business that needs more money to expand. Well, who do they turn to? We know that our politicians are campaigning and raising money for their own political campaigns, which is fine. But if that money is so plentiful that it could literally bless the lives of countless American families and businesses, the question becomes, who's campaigning and raising money for the people? Meaning, who's campaigning and raising billions of dollars for you and your family? This very question led to the birth of Americans Serving Americans. As our logo symbolizes, the vision of AASA is to restore power, prosperity, and hope back to the people. Although we live in the greatest country in the world, most of our citizens still struggle just to make ends meet. Even individuals working 2 or 3 jobs still find themselves living paycheck to paycheck and unable to do enjoyable things such as taking a vacation. It is said that the top 10 reasons for death in this country are things such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. However, the truth is, the #1 cause of death in this country is poverty. See, stress is one of the leading causes of certain diseases, and if you truly understand the stress that living in poverty adds to a person's life over the course of time, you'll know that poverty is a silent serial killer. It is wiping out people in all of our communities. So we have chosen to do something about this. Sitting back and watching poverty destroy our families is no longer an option. We are working together to create massive wealth for our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, our fellow Americans need us. It's time for us to collectively use our skills and talents to have fun, serve, and earn. We hope that by the end of this presentation, you join us in saying, I am ready to serve. Now let's talk about how you can earn a part-time or full-time income for your family by using your skills and talents to serve in the movement. Here at American Serving Americans, we have our own pretend government, which is made up of 3 branches: our administration, Congress, and local government. Our administration consists of over a dozen different departments and hundreds of individuals who are responsible for keeping operations running smoothly, providing customer service, and ensuring that members of our Congress and local government have everything they need. Our Congress and local government consists of individuals who choose to join the movement. Your goal is to get elected into our Congress or local government by successfully campaigning for We the People. Before I discuss how it all works, let's first discuss what we are not. We are not a network marketing company, MLM, or some type of pyramid or Ponzi scheme. Meaning, here at AASA, you do not build teams or a downline. There is no one above you or beneath you. We do not pay downline, upline, or sideline commissions. Members are not paid to recruit others, and members are not required to recruit others. Also, we are not a cash gifting company, meaning members do not send money to other members who then take that money and send to others. Our members only receive compensation directly from AASA, and this compensation comes 100% from legitimate fundraising activities and company-generated revenue sources. Last, we are not a political movement. We are not anti-government. We love and respect our country, its leaders, its citizens, and all those who fight for our country. Here at AASA, we are not Democrats or Republicans. We have no political biases, and we will never take any political sides. Our movement is strictly about serving others and helping Americans overcome poverty. All right, here's how it works. The first step is to join as an AASA candidate. In order to do so, you must successfully complete the AASA certification course, which certifies you to join American Serving Americans, and you must purchase your AASA campaign gear to begin campaigning. The second step is selecting a position to run for within our government. As a AASA candidate, you are only allowed to run for a position within our Congress. These positions include our delegates, House representatives, and senators. Let's say that you choose to run for AASA delegate. During your campaign, your title will be AASA candidate running for AASA delegate. Or let's say that you want to run for a senator position. Your title will be AASA candidate running for AASA senator. You will choose your desired position based on how much time you have to serve. Once you select your desired position to run for, the third step is starting your campaign. This allows you to serve and earn. There are 3 main ways you serve. This includes using your talents to organize AASA fundraising events, advertising for AASA and its partners, and participating in community service. There are also 3 main ways you earn, which are daily, monthly, and yearly. This will all make more and more sense as we continue. After you start your campaign, the final step is completing 10 of 12 months successfully. Just like a real political campaign, your campaign for We the People will last for 12 months. In order to get elected for the position you select to run for, you must complete your fundraising, advertising, and community service requirements for 10 out of 12 months, meaning you have 2 months which you can underachieve or not do anything at all. If you achieve your goals within your first 10 months, your campaign will end early and you will automatically be elected to the position you were running for. If you slack off 1 or 2 months, your campaign will last for 11 months or even 12 months. Remember, you are able to earn money yearly, monthly, and daily. Completing a successful campaign immediately triggers your yearly pay, which is referred to as your campaign bonus check. So that you'll have a better understanding, let's break down each position within our ASA government, starting with our Congress. Our first Congress position is called ASA Delegate. The primary role of delegates within the ASA Congress is to educate their local communities about the movement. It is a great position for members who only have part-time available hours to serve. On average, it takes 20 to 40 hours each month to fulfill the requirements of this position, and getting elected to this position earns you a $20,000 campaign bonus check. As previously mentioned, serving consists of 3 basic monthly requirements. The first is organizing ASA fundraising events to raise money for the movement. Another option is raising money by using our Serve mobile app to provide helpful services to people in your nearby community. But we'll discuss that later in the presentation. We encourage you to team up with other members in your local areas to organize successful fundraising events. As an ASA delegate, you are required to use your skills and talents to raise $500 each month for the movement. In this example, let's assume that you love to cook. Therefore, you may decide to organize cookouts, cooking contests, or even bake sales to achieve your fundraising goal. By successfully raising $500, you have met your fundraising requirements for the month. But it's important to note that this $500 must come from legitimate ASA fundraising activities and not from out of your pockets. Your second monthly requirement consists of advertising for ASA and some of its partners. Your advertising requirements will account for about 10 to 15 of the monthly hours. One of the main things we do at Americans Serving Americans is partner with brilliant entrepreneurs from around the country. So in addition to advertising for ASA, we also help promote our entrepreneurs on our social media pages and in our local communities. Another type of partner is big corporations. As we will discuss later in this presentation, to generate extra income for the movement, we allow certain corporations to utilize our membership base for massive word of mouth. To fulfill your monthly advertising requirements, you must complete simple tasks. Here are a few examples. You may have to walk into 5 local stores and leave a flyer for a particular product. You may have to go online and promote 10 of our entrepreneurs. You may have to participate in what we call street campaigns, or depending on where you're located, you may even participate in some of our exciting rallies. When you take the ASA certification course, it concisely breaks down the advertising requirements for each position. The last monthly requirement is community service. Having a positive impact in every local community around the nation is very important to us. Therefore, you are required to do community service in your local areas each month. This community service can be completed at your favorite nonprofit and simply requires you to show proof of completion. As an ASA delegate, you are required to do 2 hours of community service each month. To show you how this works, let's say that you started your campaign in the month of March. By successfully completing your monthly fundraising, advertising, and community service requirements for the month, it will mean that you have successfully satisfied all of your monthly requirements. Do this for 10 out of 12 months, and you will be elected to the ASA delegate position and receive your campaign bonus check for $20,000. Again, it takes on average 20 to 40 hours per month to attain your monthly fundraising goal and to complete your monthly advertising and community service tasks for the ASA delegate position. Therefore, you should only run for this position if you have this amount of spare time available to serve. The next position within our ASA Congress is called ASA House Representative. The primary role of representatives within the ASA Congress is to raise money for American businesses and families. It is another great position for members who only have part-time available hours to serve. On average, it takes 40 to 60 hours each month to fulfill the requirements of this position, and getting elected to this position earns you a $50,000 campaign bonus check. The type of requirements for this position are the same as the previous position. The difference is you are required to raise more money, do more advertising, and participate in more community service. For example, as an ASA House representative, you are required to use your skills and talents to raise $1,000 each month for the movement instead of $500. This time, let's assume that you are a very social person who loves to have a good time. Therefore, to achieve your fundraising goal, you can organize a game night, movie night, a networking party, or even a social brunch. By successfully raising $1,000 from your ASA fundraising events, you have met your fundraising requirements for the month. Now, you must simply complete your advertising requirements, which will account for about 15 to 20 of the monthly hours, and your community service requirements, which is a total of 4 hours each month. By successfully completing your monthly fundraising, advertising, and community service requirements for 10 out of 12 months, you will be elected to the ASA House Representative position and receive your campaign bonus check for $50,000. Remember, you should only run for this position if you have 40 to 60 hours available each month to serve. The final position within our ASA Congress is called ASA Senator. The primary role of senators within the ASA Congress is to raise money for American businesses and families. It is the first position for members who have full-time available hours to serve. On average, it takes 60 to 80 hours each month to fulfill the requirements of this position. And getting elected to this position earns you a $75,000 campaign bonus check. Just like the first two Congress positions discussed, this position also requires you to fundraise, advertise, and do community service. You are required to raise $1,500 each month through legitimate ASA fundraising events, whether that be cookouts, car washes, bake sales, garage sales, sporting tournaments, game nights, video game tournaments, or any other fundraisers. Then you have your advertising requirements, which will account for 20 to 25 of the monthly hours, and your community service requirements, which is a total of 6 hours each month. Successfully complete your fundraising, advertising, and community service requirements for 10 out of 12 months, and you will be elected to the ASA Senator position and receive your campaign bonus check for $75,000. But remember, you should only run for this position if you have 60 to 80 hours available each month to serve. All right, you should now have a basic understanding of the positions within our ASA Congress. So let's discuss the two positions in our local government, starting with our mayor position. The primary role of mayors within the ASA local government is to oversee and manage our local offices. It's another great position for members who have full-time available hours to serve. On average, it takes 80 to 100 hours each month to fulfill the requirements of this position. And getting elected to this position earns you a $100,000 campaign bonus check. Before we dive into this position, here's something you need to know. Remember, when you first join ASA to participate in the movement, you are considered an ASA candidate. And as a candidate, you are only allowed to immediately run for the delegate, House representative, or senator position, which are the Congress positions we previously discussed. You are not allowed to immediately run for a position in our local government, meaning you are unable to run for mayor. In order to run for mayor, you must first become either an ASA House representative or ASA senator. The mayor position also requires you to fundraise, advertise, and do community service. But as you can see, it also has a fourth and fifth requirement. Let's jump to the fourth requirement, which is running an ASA local office. Just like a very successful political campaign, we must also be organized in every important city and district. Therefore, we are putting up dozens of local offices in each state, specifically in areas where we have a significant presence. As an ASA mayor, you are required to run one of these offices. Your office will be used as a place for local ASA members to meet up and plan their different events together. It will also be used as a location for local ASA members to pick up equipment and drop off the money collected at their ASA fundraising events. In addition to those things, your office will be used to host town hall meetings, which leads to the fifth requirement. Mayors are required to host 2 town hall meetings every month. A town hall meeting is simply a local ASA event that allows people living in your local community to come learn more about the movement. By successfully completing your monthly fundraising, advertising, community service, local office, and town hall meeting requirements for 10 out of 12 months, you will be elected to the ASA mayor position and receive your campaign bonus check for $100,000. Additionally, an extra perk comes along with being an ASA mayor. Later in this presentation, we will discuss the franchises that we partner with in order to help create new businesses and jobs. Well, ASA mayors get to become part owner of one of these franchises, meaning the franchise will be purchased by ASA and you'll become part owner, which will create additional income for you. Each year that you are a mayor, you qualify to receive another franchise until you have received a total of 3. So start thinking about your favorite franchises, whether it's a fast food restaurant like McDonald's, a gym like Planet Fitness, or even a spa like Massage Envy. Please keep in mind that you should not run for this position if you do not have 80 to 100 hours available each month to serve. The last position within our ASA local government is called ASA Governor. The primary role of governors within the ASA local government is to oversee their state headquarters and preside over all ASA members in their particular state. It requires members to have full-time available hours to serve. On average, it takes about 100 to 120 hours each month to fulfill the requirements of this position. And getting elected to this position earns you a $200,000 campaign bonus check. Here's the first thing you need to know about this position. Unlike the other positions, which have no limits, only one person per state can be a governor. These individuals are selected based on the top performers in each state during a calendar year. For example, let's assume that this year you will raise the most money in your state. Therefore, you will automatically be offered the position of governor in your state. If you decline the offer, another offer will be made to the person who raised the second most money in your state. The governor position also requires you to fundraise, advertise, and do community service. But it also has a 4th, 5th, and 6th requirement. The 4th requirement is running an ASA headquarters, which is different from ASA local offices. Unlike the local offices, there will only be one headquarters in each state, typically located in the state capital. These are rather large facilities which provide ASA with a location in each state that it can use as a distribution center to store and ship equipment and merchandise requested by local offices. These facilities also provide ASA with locations to host its corporate events, conferences, and rallies. The 5th requirement is hosting one town hall meeting every month. And the 6th requirement is overseeing state operations. ASA has many rules, procedures, and guidelines which must be followed. Also, ASA should always be considered something fun to be a part of. Hence, governors will visit the local offices and events in their state to make sure rules are being followed and that their state is doing things in a way that makes the movement fun and exciting to be a part of. By successfully completing your monthly requirements for 10 out of 12 months, you will receive your campaign bonus check for $200,000. Not to mention, a few perks come with being governor. Just like the mayors, you get to become part owner of a franchise each year that you hold the governor title. And watch this. You also receive a company-leased black Suburban and your very own Secret Service agent, similar to what you see here. Ladies and gentlemen, how cool is that? So now that we've talked about the different positions within our ASA government, let's discuss points and stars. As you're out fundraising, advertising, and doing community service in your local areas, you can earn and accumulate points. When you achieve a total of 10,000 points, you are awarded 1 star. And each star increases your campaign bonus check by $5,000 a year. It's important to note that points and stars never expire. Therefore, if you earn a star, it will permanently increase your income. In addition to earning extra income, stars also change your position title. For example, let's say that you are a House representative and you've earned 1 star. Your position will now be called House Minority Leader. You will also earn $55,000 each campaign bonus check instead of $50,000 like House representatives who have no stars. Or let's say that you are a House Minority Leader and you've earned your 2nd star. Now your position will be called House Majority Leader instead of Minority Leader, and you will earn $60,000 each campaign bonus check instead of $55,000. Besides increasing your income, one benefit of accumulating stars is the fact that it allows you to increase your income without having to increase your monthly requirements. For example, let's assume that you are a senator. Each senator can earn up to $75,000 per year. Let's also assume that you want to earn more money, but you do not want to become a mayor because you prefer not to run a local office. In this case, accumulating stars can increase your income without you having to increase your monthly requirements. Remember, points and stars never expire. Let's talk about the ASA government pension. Serving is not always easy. It can be a lot of hard work and require tremendous sacrifices. Therefore, we have created a way to reward those who truly commit themselves to serving in the movement. When you attain 100,000 points, which can take some time, you automatically qualify for the ASA government pension, which allows you to retire from ASA and still receive lifetime compensation equivalent to 80% of your average yearly ASA income. This means if you're averaging $100,000 per year from ASA, you will receive $80,000 per year from ASA when you choose to retire. And trust me, you deserve every penny of it, because reaching 100,000 points means that you have served in the movement for several years, and as a result, you've personally helped ASA to raise tens of thousands of dollars, fund thousands of entrepreneurs, start thousands of different businesses, create thousands of new jobs, and diligently build the awareness for ASA and its many partners. We thank you in advance. All right, so now we're going to talk about the tools you will have in order to run successful campaigns. As an ASA member, you are provided with what's called a campaign dashboard. This is a very sophisticated platform which allows you to view real-time data about your campaign. It allows you to see your progress in completing your monthly requirements. It tracks exactly how much money you have raised in a given day, week, month, and year. And it tracks your points and commissions. Additionally, your campaign dashboard provides you with amazing maps, which will allow you to find other members and events in your local area and around the country. And it gives you access to the ASA Social Network, which is a social media platform built solely for ASA members. You can add friends, create groups, access local and national chat rooms, and easily organize events with other members. The last important thing, your campaign dashboard allows you to download your personalized ASA tickets. You are required to give these tickets to anyone who gives you money at your ASA fundraising events. The scan codes on these tickets link back to you and is one of the many ways ASA is able to determine whether you're actually fundraising each month or not. Here are some additional things you need to know. In addition to your campaign dashboard, ASA also has a mobile app for its members, which allow them to locate and become friends with other members. Fundraising is mandatory because it allows us to brand ourselves all over the nation. We want people in every local community to know who we are. Therefore, we have created several effective ways of determining if the money you raise is coming from legitimate AASA fundraising activities. One way is requiring particular events to be video recorded. If you have experience with fundraising, you know that it sometimes costs money to make money. For example, if you do a cookout, it can literally cost hundreds of dollars to buy food, drinks, and equipment. Well, AASA has investors who will finance your events at no cost to you. There are 3 different ways to earn money. We have already discussed the yearly compensation. Monthly, you're able to earn 50% of every dollar you raise over your quota. Example, let's say your quota is $500, but you raised $1,000. It means that you raised $500 over your quota, and you'll earn 50% of that, which is $250. Daily, you can earn money through our Serve mobile app, which will be explained later in this presentation. We give college scholarships. You must be over the age of 16 to participate in the movement. However, individuals under the age of 18 will receive a college scholarship from AASA instead of actual compensation. Therefore, if you have children in high school who are unsure about how they will afford college, tell them it's time to serve. And with that being said, never lose sight of why we're truly here. You know, we talked about the money you could earn, but it's not about the money. If you join the movement simply to earn money, you will not do well here. We are here to serve. And just in case you can't understand what I'm saying, let some of our members tell you why we are here.
Who are we?
Americans!
What are we here to do?
Serve!
Who's ready to serve?
I'm ready to serve!
Who's ready to serve?
I'm ready to serve!
Who's ready to serve?
I am ready to serve!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will conclude this presentation by discussing the many different ways AASA earns money. Definitely pay close attention because this is what allows you and your family to receive your campaign bonus checks. AASA is a very well-planned and well-operated machine. It was built to one day provide financial relief for millions of American families. And we knew from day one that for AASA and the movement to accomplish this, we would have to become a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Therefore, we modeled ourselves after other multi-billion-dollar enterprises such as Apple, Amazon, and Google. Let's take a look at Google, which many of you may not know is actually referred to as Alphabet. You will notice that Google, aka Alphabet, has multiple revenue sources. In fact, all of them are multi-billion-dollar sources of revenue, which is what makes Google such an impressive revenue-generating machine. I encourage you to pause this video to really study the different ways Google generates money. So we've created and are implementing a similar revenue strategy for Americans serving Americans. We know that just like Google, we need many multi-billion-dollar ideas supporting AASA. Hence, we've already rolled out 10 different revenue sources, 8 of which we will discuss during this presentation. But before we dive in, here's what you need to know. 95% of the money generated from each AASA revenue source is set aside for you, the people. Ladies and gentlemen, AASA is probably the first for-profit company to ever do this. And even if you go research your favorite nonprofit, you will not find one company that gives 95% back to its cause. In the case of AASA, 95% is set aside for our cause, which is we, the people. These are members who are actively serving and participating in the movement, American entrepreneurs who have created brilliant products, and American businesses that are looking to create more jobs. All right, so what happens to the other 5%? The remaining 5% is set aside for AASA to cover its operating expenses, which include costs related to legal, accounting, advertising, expansion, inventory, and staff. Now that leaves 0% for the ownership. because we wanted to be very clear that this company was created for all the people and not for any handful of people to become rich. Let's begin. The first ASA revenue source is fundraising around the country. This is where it all starts. ASA members use their skills and talents to organize all types of fundraising events all over America. We use this to not only brand ourselves, but also to raise millions of dollars for the movement. Who else is doing this, and how is it working for them? 99% of you are familiar with the Girl Scouts organization. This company utilizes an army of young girls all around the country to raise money through fundraising. Believe it or not, their army of girls raise over $700 million per year. And what's even more amazing, they only sell their cookies during a 3-month period each year. If the young girls and the Girl Scouts can come together and raise over $700 million a year, how much can an army of adults come together and raise? We will raise billions of dollars, and here's how. In this example, we have 100,000 active members all over America. And each of them are teaming up with other ASA members and are using their skills and talents to organize fundraising events such as cookouts, car washes, sporting events, yard sales, auctions, bake sales, and more. Let's say that 50,000 of them are raising $500 every month. 25,000 are raising $1,000 every month. And the other 25,000 are raising $1,500 every month. That's over $1 billion raised every year. And we project that within 3 years, we will have over 500,000 active members all over America. So imagine the potential. 95% of the income generated from this revenue source will be set aside for you, the people. Our next revenue source is the Serve mobile app. It allows ASA members to serve their local communities to generate revenue for ASA and income for themselves. Fundraising is a big part of ASA, but our ultimate goal is to be known as people who serve our communities in every way possible. The ASA Serve app allows for anyone in America who needs help with almost anything you can imagine to download our Serve app and find someone who can immediately come help them. A great example is the company Uber, which started off by providing ride-sharing services. If you need a ride to anywhere or from anywhere, you can download the Uber app and request someone to come and immediately give you a ride. Providing this one service alone allowed Uber to become a multi-billion-dollar company. Then Uber added another service called Uber Eats. So now if you want a meal from your favorite restaurant to be delivered directly to wherever you are, you can do so through Uber Eats. This has become another multi-billion-dollar source of revenue for Uber. Here's how our Serve mobile app works. Any American can download this app from their phone's app store and then request help for almost any problem and immediately have an ASA member come help them. Here are a few examples of how this app can be used. Someone needs help putting together their furniture. Someone needs a ride to somewhere. Someone just cracked a screen in their phone and needs it fixed. Someone has a daughter who needs piano lessons. Someone needs a meal delivered to their home. Someone is having car trouble and needs a mechanic. Someone needs their grass to be mowed. Someone needs their hair braided, styled, or cut. Someone needs a massage. Someone just purchased a surveillance system and needs it installed. Someone needs a website built or a logo design. You get the point. This app can be used to provide dozens of different services, which allows ASA to monetize the word serve in every way possible. As an ASA member, serving your fellow Americans through this app is optional. However, it is another way to attain your monthly fundraising requirement. Providing services through this app can be used as a replacement for fundraising, or can be done simultaneously with your ASA fundraising events. Additionally, it is a nice way to earn daily income. You can potentially earn dozens and even hundreds of dollars daily by serving your fellow Americans through our Serve app. After you have attained your fundraising requirement for the month, you're able to earn up to 80% of all services you provide through the app. ASA retains the other 20%. As a result, this will grow to be a multi-billion-dollar revenue source. And as you are aware, The income that ASA generates from this revenue source will also be set aside for you, the people. Our next revenue source is providing services to businesses. ASA provides advertising services to big, medium, and small businesses. This includes various offline and online advertising services. The revenue sources we've discussed so far allow ASA to generate revenue from the private sector. But we can't forget where the money truly is, the business sector. Hence, we've created several different reasons for businesses to want to give money to the movement. Here's one reason. Each ASA member receives 2 beacon devices, which are small little devices placed on their keychains that transmit advertisements to mobile devices within 100 yards. This is the distance of a football field. So anyone who walks within football field distance of our members can see advertisements on their phones that promote anything we want, including websites, new products, discount specials, and more. Big, medium, and small businesses are able to purchase advertising packages from ASA to run their ads across our network of beacons. As it relates to offline advertising mediums, businesses currently rely on placing ads on billboards, newspapers, TV, and radio to reach local and national audiences. We provide businesses with more effective and cost-efficient ways to reach their audiences, and here's one of the ways we do it. We have a platform that we've created for businesses which allows them to see maps of where our beacons are. We have thousands of members carrying these beacons on their keychains or in their pockets and purses. Therefore, these beacons are transmitting advertisements in grocery stores, at barbershops, inside the malls, at the movies, at local parks, at airports, on cruise ships, and literally everywhere. Businesses of all sizes can choose to purchase advertising packages nationally. Businesses can also have the option to purchase packages state by state or even regionally. For instance, a business can pay for 100,000 of our members in a particular region to broadcast their advertisements. The cost of these unique advertising services and packages range from thousands of dollars to even tens of millions of dollars. Our suite of business advertising services will soon generate billions of dollars for ASA on a yearly basis. And yes, that's right. This money is also set aside for you, the people. Our next revenue source is providing funding to entrepreneurs. ASA provides funding to dozens of entrepreneurs each month. The main reason for this is to create new businesses and great paying jobs. We want to one day be able to say that the movement is helping to create thousands of new jobs on a monthly basis. Additionally, we fund entrepreneurs to create many new ways for the movement to generate revenue, in this case, lots of royalties. Look at some of these billion-dollar products. What if you earned a royalty each time one of these products is sold anywhere in the world? What if ASA earned a royalty each time one of these products is sold anywhere in the world? Well, we are too late for these products, but we don't have to miss out on the next best ideas. For example, here's a product that we have funded already. It's called Crossroads, and it was created by an entrepreneur named William Houck. This amazing beverage helps people who are suffering from drug addiction. If someone is craving a drug such as heroin, they simply drink this product and it helps take away their body's desire for the drug. With so many people dying in America and around the world from drug addiction, this product is absolutely needed. Every time this product is sold in stores or online, the movement earns a small royalty. But this is just one amazing product. We want to earn money from the next best products in every industry. So we partner with entrepreneurs who have created brilliant products, and ASA members all over the country participate in sharing the word about these products when they are fulfilling their monthly advertising requirements. Over the next 5 years, we will fund a minimum of 1,800 different products. And each time any of these products are sold anywhere in the world, ASA earns a royalty. What if just 100 of these products become a major success? In fact, to ensure that our products succeed, we have partnered with many successful business leaders who we call our ASA Eagles. Many of you have heard of the popular TV show called Shark Tank. Each shark is a millionaire or billionaire and has expertise in a particular industry. Well, we have what we call eagles. These are also millionaires and billionaires from various industries who many of you will recognize their names. They have partnered with the movement and will be working directly with our entrepreneurs to ensure their success. These product royalties will grow into a multi-billion-dollar revenue source. And yes, all of the royalties generated from these products are set aside for you, the people. Our next revenue source is investing in franchises. ASA invests in reputable franchises to help create jobs for Americans and generate revenue for the movement. Proven franchises are becoming one of the best ways to create substantial profits. For instance, have you ever seen a McDonald's go out of business? Reputable and proven franchises are one of the best investments of capital. Here's a perfect example. Junior Bridgman, an ex-NBA player who most people haven't heard of, played 12 years for the Milwaukee Bucks and retired in 1987. As a professional basketball player, he averaged a little over $300,000 per year. However, after retiring, he invested his money into opening a few Wendy's franchises. He then reinvested the profits of those franchises and then built a $650 million franchise empire by opening over 195 Wendy's franchises and 125 Chili's restaurant franchises. His success not only allowed him to employ over 9,000 people, but in 2015, he was also listed in Forbes as the 4th highest paid retired athlete. The names before him were Michael Jordan, David Beckham, and Arnold Palmer. This is the power of franchises. We intend to amass an even greater franchise empire because our goal is for the movement to earn money every time people around the country purchase a hamburger, fries, or milkshake, go to the gym, stay at a hotel, stop at a gas station, buy a new dress, have some morning coffee, change their tires, get a haircut, ship a product, receive a massage, enjoy a salad or sub sandwich, eat some chicken, and so much more. Over the next 5 years, ASA will invest in a minimum of 1,260 franchises. And each time someone purchases an item or membership from any of these franchises, ASA earns a royalty. In order to ensure that ASA can aggressively build our franchise empire, we have partnered with several franchise experts who have created systems for ASA to leverage our membership base to effectively staff these franchises, especially at the management positions. Ladies and gentlemen, just imagine how many businesses we will start and countless jobs we'll create. It is no doubt that our franchise royalties will grow into a multi-billion-dollar revenue source. And yes, even this revenue source is set aside for you, the people. This next revenue source is our own product line. ASA has its own line of cupcakes, cookies, pies, chocolates, brownies, candies, donuts, pretzels, and more. Our goal is for churches, schools, and nonprofit organizations to use our products to raise money for their causes. One of the reasons why these fundraising items are multi-billion-dollar products is because they are a popular fundraising choice for so many companies and organizations. Well, if a school needs a delicious product to raise money, we want them to buy and sell our fundraising products too. Having thousands of organizations around the country buying and selling our products generates tremendous revenue for the movement. Also, we talked about the Girl Scouts earlier. It's important to note that many people love and remember the Girl Scouts because of their delicious cookies. So we also want to leave a lasting memory with those who see ASA members in their local communities. Therefore, our members also have the choice to sell our fundraising products at their ASA fundraising events. Our fundraising products will not only become household names, but will also grow into a multi-billion-dollar revenue source, which is set aside for you, the people. Our next revenue source is our ASA online auction. This auction features collectibles and art, entertainment and books, clothing, automobiles, electronics, sporting goods, toys and hobbies, and much more. The items found in our online auction come from our members who have an option to post their used items to our online auction, which allows them to earn additional money and also allows ASA to earn a percentage of thousands of items being sold every month. Any person can visit our online auction the same way they would eBay or Amazon and purchase different items. For instance, let's say that someone is looking for a used car. He or she can go to our auction, find a car, and purchase it. In most cases, ASA earns 20% of all transactions through our online auction. Even our members can earn money by either selling their own used items or the items of others. These auction sales will grow into a multi-billion-dollar revenue source for the movement. And yes, each time an item is sold, ASA takes its portion and sets it aside for you, the people. This is the last revenue source we will discuss during this presentation. It is referred to as our international operations. American Serving Americans, as the name suggests, is an American-only company. However, we have partnered with business leaders from around the world to create international versions of our Serve mobile app, which allows people worldwide to earn a living by serving others. Our international versions include Canadians serving Canadians, South Americans serving South Americans, Europeans serving Europeans, Asians serving Asians, Africans serving Africans, and Australians serving Australians. Anyone in the world who uses our app to serve others will earn 80% of whatever they are paid for serving, and the movement will earn the other 20%. There will be millions of people serving and being served through these apps, and all of the money ASA earns will be set aside for you, the people. We also have a ninth revenue source, which is ASA brick and mortar franchise fees, and a 10th revenue source, which is ASA corporate sponsors. Both will be discussed more in future presentations. As stated before, American Serving Americans was built to one day provide financial relief to millions of Americans, and all of these revenue sources make it inevitable. ASA will generate billions of dollars from our first 10 revenue sources alone. Not to mention, our plan is to roll out 10 new revenue sources every year. So in 2019, we will announce and initiate our next 10 revenue sources, which are already in planning. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, 95% of this revenue is set aside in the ASA Reserve Bank for we, the people, the members who are actively serving and participating in the movement, American entrepreneurs who have created brilliant products, and American businesses that are looking to create more jobs. This money is what allows you to serve and earn. By running a successful campaign, you receive your campaign bonus check for you and your family directly from the ASA Reserves. Also, you will receive an American Serving Americans debit card, which any money you earn will be transferred to. Now let's answer this question. What if I serve and there's not enough money in the ASA Reserves for me to get paid? I'm about to explain something to you that has never been done before in the history of our nation. ASA brings together two very different communities, the haves and the have-nots, meaning those who have wealth and those who do not. Normally, these two communities don't live together, eat together, or work together until now. Too often, those of us who do not have wealth often complain about wealthy people not caring about the little man. Whether this is true or not doesn't matter. We know that wealthy people do at least care about their money and about anyone who can increase their money. We also know that historically, fundraising is one of the most successful ways to double, triple, and even quadruple money. So we have created ways to help wealthy people increase their money so that they would give their money to the movement. In order to do this, we have built an online platform for wealthy people to invest their sitting capital in the movement. From this platform, they can see and monitor real-time data from ASA. They're able to see critical information such as the total number of members who join our company each day, the exact amount of money raised around the country each day, the specific number of members we have in each city and state, a map of our hundreds of weekly events scheduled around the country, the different entrepreneurs and franchisors that we partner with on a monthly basis. And from their platform, which we call their investors dashboard, they can readily invest in our fundraising events and earn monthly returns on their investment. Here's a very simple example. Assume that we take a 32-pack case of water. Let's also assume that it cost us $4 to buy the case, and we sold each bottle for $1. In this example, we have earned $32, which is an impressive 800% return. Again, an 800% return. And our investors are willing to receive anywhere from 3 to 5% monthly returns on whatever they invest. So they see the movement as a guaranteed way to earn a positive ROI each month. Therefore, our worldwide investor community wants to see the movement succeed. They need our members to be happy and paid on time. It's somewhat comparable to how when the United States is in trouble, the feds kick in and print more money to bail them out. Our investor community is here to not only fund your events, but also to support the movement in any way possible. Within 3 years, we expect to have over 10,000 investors from all over the world supporting the movement. These investors are all classified as accredited investors, meaning at a minimum, they have a net worth of over $1 million. Never before have a community of people who have wealth come together to help a community of people who desire wealth. We encourage you to attend our live events and live calls to meet people from our investor community. Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to do our part to eliminate poverty by uniting all Americans, black, white, rich, or poor, to serve one another. Our politicians can't do it alone. We must do our part as Americans. On January 20th, 1961, John F. Kennedy said it best. Ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. This is what we mean by our tagline, I am ready to serve. What about you? Are you ready to serve? Come join the movement. We do 3 things here. We have fun, serve, and earn. If you decide to join the ASA movement, there are 2 steps you must complete. First, you must pass the ASA certification course, which teaches you everything you need to know about Americans serving Americans. Here are just some of the things you'll learn. You will learn about our mission and our plans to accomplish it together. You will learn how to organize ASA fundraising events in your area. You will learn how to request funding for your ASA fundraising events. You will learn how to find and work with other members in your area. You will learn about the different positions within the ASA government. You will learn specifically how you can earn money by serving in the movement. You will learn how to use our various ASA websites and mobile apps. You will learn all the different ASA rules and procedures you need to follow. You will learn about different types of fundraisers you can do locally. And you will learn whether you're qualified to join the movement by passing a criminal background check. The last thing you must do is purchase your ASA campaign kit. These are the items you need to run your campaigns. You will receive 1 body camera, which you'll use to record your events, 2 ASA t-shirts, which you must always wear when you're hosting ASA fundraising events, 1 ASA hat, 1 megaphone, 2 campaign boards, 1 donation bucket, 2 car flags, 1 phone mount, and 2 advertising beacons, which you'll carry around in your keychain or in your purse. We do not make these items. We purchase them in bulk from third parties and allow you to purchase it from us to save yourself money. After we add up the cost of purchasing these items and shipping them to you, we break even on what we charge you. When you receive your ASA campaign kit, you are officially a member of what shall one day be considered the greatest grassroots movement ever formed. And you're ready to start your ASA campaign. As a reminder, we're looking for people who have a passion to serve. Yes, you can earn a lot of money by serving in the movement. Yes, you can literally change the financial status of your family in less than 12 months. However, if you join for those reasons, you will not survive here. Americans Serving Americans is a selfless movement. We are here to serve, and as a result of serving, you can earn money for yourself and your family. If you choose not to join ASA, there are other ways to support the movement. You can become a supporter. A supporter is someone who contributes $1 or more to ASA, either by supporting one of our projects via our supporters app, or by contributing at any ASA fundraising event. To download our supporters app to your phone, simply search for ASA supporters in your app store and look for the red icon. You can become a supplier. A supplier is a person or company who supplies items such as pies and cookies for ASA members to sell at their events. Simply contact us and learn more about how you can become an ASA supplier and earn additional income from your cooking and baking skills. You can become a sponsor. A sponsor is a person or business who chooses to support the movement by providing money, food, equipment, or venue space for any of our events. Simply view our website to find events near you. And last, you can become an investor. An investor is a person or business who decides to contribute a large sum of money to the movement. We only accept investments from accredited investors. As an investor in the movement, not only are you helping American families and businesses, you're also able to earn a 3 to 5% monthly return on your sitting capital. Simply view our investors video to learn more. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our Americans Serving Americans presentation. Also, make sure that you check out our ASA story. It has different seasons and episodes which allow you to follow our movement from its very beginning. The ASA story depicts the rise of a new grassroots movement unlike anything ever seen before. And if you continue to follow our movement for days, weeks, and months to come, you will see so many amazing, good-hearted people from around this country stand up and come together to serve their fellow Americans. With that being said, we're going to end our presentation with this small clip.
Always remember, together we have no weaknesses. Together we can do whatever we want to do. Together we can go wherever we want to go. That's why when I say we're going to be successful, I know we're going to be successful. But there's a lot of people who are here because it's not just my call, it's our call. And you met me because this was already a part of your call. And so God wants people out there who struggle. It's about them. Okay? And when you're part of our projects, you have to understand that it's bigger than us. It's bigger than us. We're just a small group of people. I truly mean that. And sometimes I just gotta. I ask God sometimes, why do I care so much about everyone else? Because a lot of times I sacrifice my own life, the things I want to do and when I want to do it, because of my concern for other people. And I'm always reminded that we're not here for ourselves, right? And there's people out there who are not fortunate enough. A lot of people have the drive. There's a lot of people in this room right now, you got the drive to be successful. Even a lot of people have been working hard at being successful for a long time. So it's not always about the drive and the will. Sometimes it's about maybe we don't have the right skills. Maybe we don't have the right experience. Maybe we don't have the right leadership. Maybe we don't have the right system, right? And people out there. And we're not everybody's solution, but we're going to be the solution for a lot of people. I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to serve. I'm ready to serve.